What's going on, everybody? Today I want to show off a little bit of Alliance Quest gameplay. Only 4 fights because, well, Alliance Quest, it gets kind of repetitive. But there's a reason why I want to show off these 4 fights. This is day 5 of map 7, by the way. And the So Saith Doom modifier is on, which you don't really need to know how that works. What I want to show off here is actually how powerful King Groot is with this synergy with Abomination. So check out the synergy that King Groot gets. And King Groot, he's always been one of the most sustainable champions in the entire game, but his damage has been abysmal. It's always been terrible, right? That's the trade-off for King Groot. Hey everybody, post-production BG here, pausing my live recording of these fights for just a moment, because I did kind of a crappy job of setting this up. You guys need to know what the Acid Wash node is in order to understand how potent this synergy actually is. So Acid Wash says that poison debuffs and passives deal 25% more damage to the defender, which, I mean, it's a nice bonus, but this is the key part right here. And they take 90% less damage from all sources unless they are inflicted with a poison debuff or passive. So you're essentially not dealing any damage to the opponent unless they have some kind of poison. It doesn't have to be a strong poison, just any poison at all. And that's why this synergy is so good. So the King Groot synergy, just pay attention to the King Groot side of the Immortal King synergy here. It says during cooldown, which is King Groot's healing mode, you gain a 25% chance to inflict a poison debuff, dealing 30% of modified attack over 12 seconds each time a contact attack is landed. So just any of his attacks, 25% chance. It's a fairly weak poison, but it's a poison, and that allows the rest of your damage to go through. Otherwise, with King Groot, you have to pop your special 2 to get the poison. The second part of it is that additionally, the chance to gain Fury charges during cooldown is increased by a flat 11%. So you're also just gaining more Furies. All right, with that out of the way, let's get on with the actual fights. So let's go ahead and join up here, and the nodes I'm taking, they're Acid Wash nodes, and you could very obviously just use a champion like iBomb for these nodes, but that's pretty obvious. The dude's all about poison, but when you have these two paired up alongside one another, you have the best duo in countering poison nodes that I can possibly think of in this game. Well, at least when you need to keep your champions nice and sustainable as well. Because if you think about it, even someone like Claire, who is super strong, super sustainable, and has poison damage, you need to get out of your healing mode in order to deal that poison damage. Whereas both of these champions, you know, they can handle Acid Wash pretty easily without ever having to really give up their healing mode. So you're going to see my damage initially is not going to be very high at all. As a matter of fact, it's pretty much non-existent because I need to have some kind of poison going first. But in order to get that poison going, I need to get out of my attack mode here. So now that I'm in my healing mode, now we can start getting some poisons on them. Okay, some bad luck there to not get any poisons out of the first 5 hits. Oh wow, this is... Come on, game. You're just making me look bad at this point. Did I really get no poisons that entire time? That's insane. Well, either way, I built up 9 Furies. So you can see that the poison that I get from the special 2 is significantly higher. But that really wasn't... That's only part of what I wanted to be showing off, man. This whole time, I'm supposed to be dealing poisons in this healing mode. There we go. There's the poison. It's a 25% chance on hit. So the fact that I went 15 hits without getting one before is pretty insane. I don't think that's ever happened before. Of course, that's what happens when you start recording videos. So you can see just how many more Furies get built up during that cooldown mode as well. Now I'm up to 7 Furies. So now the poisons are higher. This variation of Alliance Quest, it does have the Insight node too, by the way, which when I intercept, I gain some attack, and now you can see, you know, I intercepted right there, but up until this point, I had not been intercepting. So the damage was still pretty legit without it. And, you know, to the people who use Corvus regularly and stuff like that, this damage output is still going to look pretty mediocre to you, I'm sure. But for you know, anyone who does want to just have a very safe approach to taking the acid wash nodes in Alliance Quest, you can't use someone like Corvus just to immediately slice and dice through opponents. So I mean, I could use King Groot for this fight, even though it's class disadvantage. Doesn't really matter too much because most of your damage does come from his Furies anyway. But you know, just to might as well show off a little bit of Eye Bomb as well. Once again, this is just acid wash. It's the only thing I really care about for these nodes. The rest of it doesn't matter a whole lot. Actually, I should take that back, because another champion that's very sustainable, that doesn't have to necessarily get out of their healing mode, so to speak, and has poison, is Voodoo. But as we get to the end of the path, you're going to see that Voodoo is not necessarily that good of an option for taking out the final opponent on the path. Voodoo could still do it. It's just less than ideal, I would say. Plus, the healing for Voodoo, it only happens at the start of the fight, which, hey, I mean, you know, in Alliance Quest, technically you can just pause and get back to the start of the fight as much as you want, but it's not really ideal, right? But Eye Bomb, you can see here, once again, day 5, just totally destroying these fights with Acid Wash. I'm trying to, yeah, there we go, get that last acid burn without baiting a special. So, I mean, he's even faster than King Groot, but the two are just so sustainable. And in my section 2 fights, I'm actually fighting this set of nodes right here, which has Biohazard. The entire path has Biohazard, so it just helps that much more to have a champion that's bleed immune like King Groot. That way you can, you know, really pair these two along with one another. Let's go ahead and take the next fight. And I want to go back to using King Groot on this one. It actually helps too that, I mean, even though class advantage, disadvantage doesn't matter a whole lot for the damage output side of things, at least I'm reducing the opponent's attack, and 3 out of the 4 fights in this variation at least are tech champions, so that's pretty cool. But again, just Acid Wash, the rest of it's just armor, and I mean, who cares about the rest of that stuff? Let's hop into the fight, and we'll see if this one goes a little bit faster, a little bit smoother. The nice thing about the poison too is, you know, you only need 1 poison to start dealing damage, which is again why I'm not going to deal any damage until I get into the first healing phase here. But the nice thing is, for an opponent that can heal, having more than 1 poison is actually really nice. Is the game gonna make me look like a liar again? I cannot believe I just did 2 full combos again. Dude, what is going on? Normally the poisons they come so quickly. There we go, starting to get some poisons. They normally come so quickly when I get to the healing mode. This is insane. I can't believe that's happened twice now. But it's a 25% chance, so I mean you guys gotta believe me, the poisons, they happen all the time, I swear. But like I said, I only needed 1, and now I'm actually gonna stall so that I can... when using your special 2 with King Groot, you really want to use the special 2 when your Furies are going on. That way you double up your damage, your poisons. Otherwise, you only activate 1 poison on your special 2 if you don't have Furies. Not to mention, of course, they're just weaker in general. I still cannot believe that I am getting such bad luck. There we go, starting to get some poisons now. But that was kind of crazy, man. What you could do too, which is really nice, is you know, previously you always wanted to use a special 2 when you're using King Groot for Acid Wash. But what I've noticed is that if you do take some hits, King Groot's special 3 is a pretty massive heal, actually. And now that you're not tied down to using the special 2, getting poisons in the cooldown mode, you can you know, you can actually switch to using a special 3. Ideally, you're still using a special 2. That was just for demonstrational use right there. But there we go. There's a poison, man. Still cannot believe the bad luck that I've gotten. But look how many Furies get built up as well, man. I know there's not... King Groot is not necessarily that popular of a choice, so maybe people don't realize just how bad his Fury gain normally is without this synergy. But it really does amplify things. quite a bit, having that, you know, just having the amount of fury stack up like that. I think it more than doubles the baseline chance, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, stall a little bit. Want to use this special right now. Get the extra fury, or I'm sorry, extra poison. And oh my god, I still timed out. Oh, how embarrassing. I'm still gonna upload this video anyway, but here I am trying to show that, oh, it's so much better using King Groot with I-Bomb, and yet I still timed out. So, hey, it's still possible, but dude, I was getting the worst luck early on, just not getting the poisons. That's insane, man. I can't believe this happened. Go to record a video and just get the absolute worst luck. Oh well. That's life, I suppose. So what you can do with King Groot if you do time out like that is really just stall. You know, he's got that healing just kind of baked into his abilities, which is what makes, you know, just natural healing abilities like this so much better than healing abilities that you have to actually work for, when they just kind of trigger automatically. But all right, let's get some redemption here. It also, by the way, I mean, it kind of sucks that I failed one of the So Saith Doom missions, but I also generally just ignore these when playing King Groot, because watch the Spectre at the start of the fight here, it's just going to you know, completely get removed. King Groot's gonna shrug it off. Oh, I forgot to show the nodes for Red Skull too. This was the fight that I was gonna show that you know, not every champion is necessarily good for this type of a node, where Voodoo might not excel in this fight necessarily, because he has the Mystic node where, you know, Mystic champions have a minus 95% chance to nullify, which means if you're counting on nullifying his buffs to get the poisons, you may not have such a good time doing that. There we go. We've got 8 Furies. We already had a few poisons going. We're looking good. I'm actually deliberately trying not to intercept because I don't want the extra insight damage. But here, I'll maybe do a couple intercepts here just to show. Whoop, if I can. King Groot's got this massive reach. Ah, failed it. Oh, there we go. Okay. King Groot has this massive reach on his light attack, so it's a little bit easier to intercept with him than most. Although I failed pretty hard there too, man. This video is suddenly becoming all about the failures of King Groot, even still, rather than showing off his potential. Come on, bud. Let me get that reach. There we go. Alright, so now we've got the insight damage. We've got the extra poisons going. And we've got the extra furies. And this fight, dude, I swear I used to time out in this fight like every single time. I mean, in the earlier days even. But now that like day 5, it was just a guaranteed, okay, I'm going through this fight twice. Versus at this point, you know, I'm gonna be finishing it with about a minute. Oh geez, botched that evade. Listen, one other thing to keep in mind, guys. Talking while going through these fights, not that easy if you've ever tried it yourself. It doesn't explain the bad RNG of sometimes not getting those poisons stacked up. That's just bad RNG. But some of the other things, like trying to intercept while talking, a little bit more difficult than doing it without. But hey, that's kind of all I want to show off, is that King Groot, his damage output is greatly enhanced. I'll show the synergy one more time in case you guys want to see the exact wording on it. But basically, during cooldown, which just means King Groot's healing mode. So during that healing mode, you gain 25% chance to inflict a poison debuff, dealing 30% of modified attack over 12 seconds. The fact that you just get any kind of poison at all, though, whether that poison is dealing 1 damage or 100 damage, doesn't really matter. You just need any kind of poison on the opponent to hurt them while Acid Wash is happening. Try him out if you're looking for an Acid Wash partner to pair alongside with I-Bomb, and it's a pretty good laning duo. Alright, in any case, that'll do it for this video. Still bummed about the bad luck, because he's a little bit better than what I showed here even. But hopefully you guys enjoyed it nonetheless, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.